right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, and this is the closest thing to a ramble you'll see from me. I don't know. It'll probably be a fairly short video, but I'll try to ramble. I'll try to do better at rambling and give you a knives slow video. But anyway, say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man and Loggin TV and Charlie Brown and Gimli's over here, and let's get started. So this is my plea to you. No, it's not really a plea. It's a question. What's wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me? Don't be pointing out mean stuff. That's not what I meant. What I mean is I don't really have a Grail knife. I see it all the time in the chat, all the time. I picked up my Grail. I'm trying to get my Grail. Does anybody have a XYZ because it's my Grail? I got enough money to buy my Grail, and I can't find one. Where is it? I got enough money. I just bought my Grail. And, you know, I've had knives, really high-end knives placed in my hands lately. At Blade Show this last year, 2021, Justin Knife Dude walked up to me with an Arius, a Koenig Arius. I need a swig of water. Hang on, guys. See, I'm going to make it longer now. I'm going to make the video longer about drinking a swig of water. So he walked up to me with the Arius, and he says, check this out. Okay, so the Arius is a phenomenal knife. I love the way it fit in my hand. I loved everything about that knife. But for some unknown reason, I'm not out here chasing one. Then this year at Blade Show, I had two people put a Oz Machine Company Roosevelt in my hand. By the way, the smoothest knife I've felt. No joke. Felt great in the hand. It's a little small for me. But I was blown away by its... you know, the feel of it in my hand. And by the way, I'm going to answer here in a minute what I think my problem is. Okay. What I know my problem is. So yeah, I mean, I love it, but I'm not out here chasing one. Another example, about a year and a half ago, a gentleman by the name of Nicholas Shires, who is a Patreon member and a great supporter of the channel, and I met at a local restaurant, and he had probably the closest knife to a Grail for me in his hands, okay? He handed the knife to me, and of those other two, I'd rather have this one, and that was a Holt Bladeworks Spectre. Now, since then, obviously, they've made the Haptic and the Morpheus, and the Morpheus looks pretty freaking sweet as well, but the Spectre, something about the blade shape and the handle shape, so that is probably the closest thing for me to a Grail. I really want a Holt knife in my collection at some point. Hold on, there's something there that needs to be said, but I'm going to wait. Now, there's a few knives sitting over here. And you'll notice, you know, first of all, blue is always going to be a thing. If there's an availability of blue, that's gonna catch my eye. So that's the thing. Those Holt knives, they're anodizing them and sending them out with this wicked looking pattern on them, milled pattern, and then the blue. And oh, okay. So someday, and then you know, you have stuff like, and again, notice each of these ones I'm going to show you are in the higher end. Like this is, I think I paid $250, but it's like a $250 to $300 knife. That's at the top end. Okay, we might as well go ahead and say it. The problem that I don't have Grails is they don't hardly ever reach outside the $300 range. A, I have 4 kids. Yeah. B, yeah, I don't have a lot of disposable money. And C, I'm in the middle of starting up my own knife company, so all of my extra money has been going in that direction. This is probably the most expensive knife. I think I paid $325 for this at Blade Show, the Nimble X. Probably the most expensive knife I've ever purchased. I had a Field Duty EDC that I sold that had been the most expensive. It is this guy now. There's some others here. This is a more expensive knife, or was at the time. This is a 1 of 300. As a matter of fact, what number is this? 23, I think. 27. Number 27 of 300 of the Giant Mouse GM2, which is one of their very early limited edition knives, which when they started the Ace brand, they stopped doing limiteds, really. They were doing these under the GM name, the Giant Mouse name, rather than Ace. And I think they'll still come back and do some of those from time to time. But this guy right here will never leave my collection. One of my kids is going to end up with this someday, or all of them. They can fight over it when I'm gone, but it's staying with me. This was about a $350 knife at the time, and I won it from them. So I did not pay for this. I won it. I have another one coming in that's about this price range, a Grant Gripper, that is about that price range, and that I actually won as well. So then you got, just as an example, I've got two different Giant Mouse knives here. I really dig these. I love them. They're up there for me, price-wise, and just up at the top. These are just examples. And then, of course, I've got my TRM Atom here, a little less expensive knife, but with these scales, I think it was $250. So that's really it, guys. I think I see the thing. People that have Grails, not always, because I know somebody who's on a Grail hunt right now, Big Red EDC, he's trying to fill out his Finch collection, and while those aren't super expensive knives, they're $150 and less, there's a lot of them. So that's his Grail. He's putting his Grail into a collection rather than just one knife. So that's pretty cool. And he has always said he never had Grails, but I think this is very much become a Grail situation for him, because he wants to collect every knife, and they're coming out with a bunch more. So he better be parking money back somewhere. But I think that's really it, guys. And I do think probably a Holt Spectre or something in that, a Morpheus, would probably be the closest thing to a Grail for me at this moment. But it's just not in my price range. So I think that's it. So what I need to do is I need to come up with some Grails, a Grail that is in my price range. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just that's kind of it, because people ask me that from time to time. What is your Grail? I get that question a lot, and I really don't know. Now, eventually, someday when all these kids are out of here and I've paid off some debt and things are, I do have a couple of custom knives that I would like to have made at some point. And I really want a super nice custom fixed blade. And lately I've kind of paid a lot of attention to dogwood customs. Don't know that that's where I'll go yet, because I'm not there yet. And then lately I've paid a lot of attention to Brandon Corbin Steelworks. Some of his customs really speak to me. But again, I'm just not in that price range as of yet. So I think the answer is my Grails right now are just continuing to, and some of the knives I currently have are going to be sold just so I can then afford to get some newer, nicer stuff and keep upgrading to the point that someday down the road, maybe my Grail will be out there somewhere. But it's just not practical for me right now. Now, what I would like for you to do is I want you to leave down in the comments. Do you have a Grail? What is your Grail? What is it? If you don't have one, why not? Is it similar to my situation that you just haven't allowed your budget to get into a Grail, or maybe my thought process of Grails is just not there where everybody else's is. But that's what my thought is. So really interested to hear, what is your Grail? Do you have it? Are you seeking it actively? Why don't you have a Grail if you don't have one? So really interested to hear that. I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, we're only at 10 minutes, man. This is an amateur ramble. Either that or I just can't do anything but KnivesFAST style videos. That's all I can do. So yeah, so I'm just interested to hear where everybody's head is in this Grail situation, man. The shadows on my face there. There we go. Would love to hear your take on Grails. And as a matter of fact, this isn't really a tag video, but I would love for other channels to pick up on this. Do you have a Grail channels out there? What is your Grail? Do you have your Grail? Are you actively seeking your Grail? And if you don't have a Grail, why? I just think it could be an interesting discussion to have. And there you go. So guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Even though it's not much of a ramble, but I fit a lot of words in to a space that most people take a lot longer to fit those words in. Hey, look at that. A new pinion order just came in right at the top of my phone screen there. Yeah. All right. I don't know. I'm like a guy, squirrel, the dog, Doug, squirrel. Yeah, that's all I got. So guys, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment down below with what I talked about earlier. And if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. If you're wondering why this guy's so weird, stick around. There's less weird videos coming up. And thank you so much for all your support and for watching the KnivesFAST channel.